What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. And on today's episode, we bring you Gabe Wiznitzer, the 7-foot 2021, or is he 2020, prospect from Hargrave Military. We dive into his grade classification, what his decision is going to look like with that. We talk about his recruitment. We talk about his development coming from an 8th grader all the way up until where he is now, and his expectations and all that kind of good stuff. We really dived in with him, and it's a great interview. He's very thought process, and you can see it thinking and stuff. It's a good stuff. But before we get into it, we would please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and go ahead and give this video a like. And if you enjoyed the conversation, please feel free to spread it across your platforms as well. We would very much appreciate that. In the comments below, we want to hear where your favorite college is, who it is that you pull for, what college it is that you are a diehard fan of. That would be great. Just put that in the comments below. But without further ado, here is Gabe Wiznitzer on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. I am sitting here with Gabe Wiznitzer, 2021 prospect of Hargrave Military Academy. Gabe, how's it going today?
Doing well.
Good, man. We just got done talking a little bit off air about it. You're down in South Carolina now in the Walhalla area, chilling at your home. What have you been doing during this quarantine time?
Man, I've just been, talking to a lot of coaches, trying to stay busy, lifting weights in my house, jumping rope, playing some 2K, stuff like that. But, trying to stay busy.
How's your 2K game going?
Oh, it's going good. I'm getting nice with the Nuggets.
Who's your player? Who's your team?
I'd say the Nuggets.
Okay.
I'm probably the best with them. Yeah, I play with them every time.
I got you, man. I got you. That's good stuff. So obviously you're originally from South Carolina, grew up there and everything. You made the change to go to Christ school early on in your high school career. What kind of went on in that decision to go up to a boarding school?
Yeah, so pretty much like exposure, around where I live as far as public basketball, it's just really not a lot of guys get seen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my family kind of just talked about, looking at a lot of boarding schools, and we went up to the Northeast, and we probably saw like 7 or 8 schools up in the NEPSAC.
Mm-hmm.
And the last school we checked out was the Christ school, in Asheville. And I think my mom really liked it because it was close to home. And then Coach Willard was the guy that kind of brought me there. And I just really liked the campus, and I thought that it would have been a good spot for like my first year of boarding school,
Sure. And then I guess this past year after Christ school experience, a coaching change, moved over to Hargrave.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Obviously, it's still an all boys boarding school and all that kind of stuff, but different.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was that change for you?
So my older brother actually went there, so I know a little bit about it. But it's just a lot more rigorous, and just the discipline's on another level. Like, you're waking up at 6 a.m., cleaning your room at 6:15 in the morning, which a lot of guys, don't do. So it sets you up for it gives you a lot of life skills. And, the basketball is really good. Like, we work out twice a day. Everybody on the team is a high-level player, so you're competing every day against high-level guys. And then, we have 3 or 4 assistant coaches in there. And then if you ever need to, like, ask someone to work out with you, work you out, get rebound for you. You have the tools and everything there. So I really liked it. I mean, it's obviously challenging due to the military life and just how disciplined and how sharp you have to be sometimes, but I think it's helped me a lot.
And then how would you say, I guess from the second you stepped on to right now, how would you say that being at Hargrave has improved your game the most?
Yeah, so I think that as far as my body, like my body's changed the most. I got there, I think I was like 6'11", like 6'10", like 250, and I still had a lot of fat on my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of grew another inch up to 7 foot and slimmed down. Like right now I'm around 234, 235, like trying to put on like some lean muscle. But
I'd say tank tops now.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, just doing that. And I'd say just, being in the gym all the time, getting shots up, just, and then in practice every day, I'm going against 2 7-footers, who are Division I, basketball players. So that's only going to help me as far as, that, and just playing against older guys on the prep circuit, and like we played Oak Hill, we played IMG, we played a lot of tough teams. So
Mhm.
I just say just the level of competition helped me a lot too.
And then how would you say that year, I guess, obviously you're now, it seems like getting 2 or 3 offers every week. How would you
Yeah.
say that year played out for you?
I'd say overall, like, so we had a lot of success. I mean, I don't think our year finished the way we wanted to. Obviously, with that, we had some trauma on our team. One of our players actually passed away,
Mhm.
so I think that really hurt our team as we were all mourning over him, and just I think that the last couple weeks of practice, it was just really hard for us.
Yeah.
So we didn't finish the way we wanted to, but I'd say that overall, like, we had a good year, and personally, I grew a lot as a player, I'd say.
And I'm not going to belabor this point or anything like that. But speaking of AJ, since you brought him up and all that kind of stuff, what was he like as a person and a teammate, and how did that overall affect kind of the program?
Yeah, I mean, AJ he was just a great, like, he was just a great person, like, super competitive. I remember, like, playing with him, like, the first day I got there, I was on his team for pickup, and
Mhm.
he was just a great guy, basketball player. Like, he was a great player coming to Missouri State, and when we all found out, like, that just killed everybody. Like,
Yeah.
just because he was just such a good kid and, like, such a good teammate, and it just killed our team, and
Yeah.
we kind of
Without
wanted,
question.
yeah, we wanted to go up there and honor him and play for him.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you know how hard that is when, especially when we're with him all day, every day. So it
Yeah.
hurts a lot.
Yeah, it was very tragic. I think everybody in the region kind of got hit a little bit on that one. But moving on from there, back to you and all that kind of stuff. There's been a lot of talk recently about you coming out as a 21 or a 20.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
When we talked about it earlier this year, you were dead set on 21. That's what you came in and all that stuff. Where does
Yeah.
that stand now?
Right now, I'm still leaning towards 2021.
Hmm.
I think that if I could have taken some officials, then it would have been a bigger possibility. I think I actually would have gone 2020.
Yeah.
But maybe if I can take some officials late in the summer. But right now, I'm like set on going back to Hargrave.
I got you. And now that you have 20 plus offers and all kinds of options and stuff, what are the college coaches telling you in regards to the 20 or 21 or whatever the case?
Yeah, so some schools like have offered me for both classes.
Mhm.
Like I for, like Ole Miss, they wanted me to come this year.
Mhm.
But in Providence, they've been after me really hard, and I have a great relationship with Coach Cooley and everything.
Yeah.
But I just don't think personally, like, I'd be able to make that decision without visiting and, like,
No question.
physical experience in the campus. But most colleges now, like, they're pretty much recruiting me hard for 21.
I got you. And you mentioned, obviously 20 plus offers. It seems like you're getting 2 to 3 per week now, like we said. What schools would you say are recruiting you the hardest right now?
The hardest, I'd say Providence, Iowa is up there. Um, Illinois has been talking to me a lot. They haven't offered me, but I've been in contact with them a lot. Cincinnati, I have a really good relationship with them. West Virginia, they want me to come for 2020. I'm trying to think some other ones. Iona College, I've been talking to Coach Pitino and Coach T, who's the assistant there. I've been talking to them almost every day.
Yeah.
Clemson, I've still been talking to them a lot. So um, it's still you know, I'm still talking to a lot of schools, but I'd say those schools are recruiting me the hardest.
I got you. And let's jump into a couple of these schools kind
Yeah.
of briefly, like what they're telling you, what you're hearing from them. West Virginia, what's their pitch to you?
Yeah, so they actually want me to come in this year, and it could be a chance to redshirt if I wanted to. I'd be playing against two really high level bigs every day in practice, and I'm pretty sure, like, either one of them or two of them will be gone, like,
Mhm.
in 2 years. So they're pretty much telling me they'd want and redshirt, develop my body, learn the system. Uh,
All right, and we'll go with Clemson. What's Clemson saying with you?
yeah, Clemson's telling me that they really like my versatility. Like, they want me for 2021, and pretty much just telling me, like, because they play with a lot of ball screens and, like, dribble handoffs, and they like how I can kind of, like, make reads out of that,
Mhm.
and pretty much kind of play similar to Amir Sims a little bit. Obviously, like, he's smaller than me and more mobile, but just being able to make reads out of, like, pick and rolls, knowing when to roll, and post up or pick and pop and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Iowa.
yeah, Iowa. So I've been watching a lot of their film, and I really like Iowa. Just because they have Luka Garza, and they've just been preaching to me like how not how like we're pretty much they've been telling me how they can see the similarity. Obviously, like they want me to be my own player and everything, but just how they really love their, like playing through skilled bigs and just having that opportunity to be a focal point of the team. And they want me for 2021 and pretty much coming in whenever their senior big leaves. So yeah.
How about Providence and Cincinnati?
Yeah, so Providence wants me for this year, for 2020, and their big Nate Watson's going to be a senior this year, and they pretty much don't have any other bigs on the roster right now. So they're telling me I could come in this year and potentially play like 10 to 15 minutes a game this year, which is really intriguing, but it's still hard to make a decision without getting up there and everything. But they're telling me like how they would kind of use me similar to one of the bigs they had this year, where they could put me in whenever Nate's tired, and we're really different players. Like he's more of a rim run, block shot, rebound guy. Where they would kind of try to play through me on the block stuff. So that's what they're telling me.
And you mentioned Illinois being a school who has not offered this on you hard.
Yeah.
Who are some other schools kind of like Illinois that haven't offered yet close?
Illinois, they've been talking to me. Kansas State. I've been talking to BYU a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. Those are really the schools that haven't offered me, I think. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple others, but
sure. How cool was it the first time you got to FaceTime or Zoom with Rick Pitino?
Oh, I mean, it was pretty cool. Like he gave me he gave me a phone call like 9 o'clock at night, and he was like, "What's up, Gabe? This is Rick Pitino," and it was pretty cool just knowing like she's a legendary coach, and I don't know, it was just pretty cool. Like, and one day he texted me, like sent me a picture of his dog. It was just, I don't know, it was just pretty cool,
That first call is almost like, "Come on, Nate Dunlap, stop pranking me, man. This ain't Rick Pitino."
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's cool though. So I guess with all this going on now, coronavirus quarantine, how are you navigating through the process?
Yeah, right now I'm just pretty much I've been watching a lot of film on schools, seeing what playing style fits me the best, and there's continuing to talk to these coaches. And then I'm going to plan, if I do go 2021, I'm going to plan some officials in the fall, hopefully. Just see how their seasons play out. And then I think by the time the season starts, or like by Christmas break next year, I'll probably have my list cut and see where it goes from there.
So you have like a 3.8, 3.9 GPA.
Yeah.
Will academics play a role at all in your decision?
Yeah, it definitely will. As far as the school's history and like how strong their academics is, but I think the most important thing for me is just the basketball side, like the playing style and how they'll develop me as a player. But academics is really important for me too.
Do you have a specific major that you want to do or something picked out, or?
Not yet. I'm thinking either business or sports nutrition. I'm still not sure yet though.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned earlier play style. What are some other things too? What type of play style and stuff,
Yeah.
locationally, development, all that kind of stuff? What are some very specific things that you're looking for within a program?
Yeah, so I forgot, like another school that hasn't offered me is Ohio State, and I did a virtual with them, and they've just told me like I really like how they have a plan set out for me, and in their development, like they're talking about Jared Sullinger, how whenever a guy like he came in, or Caleb Weston, they're big this year, just how they really changed his body and how his percentages went up a lot, and just how like they have a tactical plan of how they'll actually do that. And I think that's important for me, because my ultimate goal is playing the NBA. So just that, and then as far as playing style, being able to use my full skill set, like picking and popping, posting up, rim, like just doing a little bit of everything, not being in a box. So I'd say those are the most important. And then honestly, the most important thing for me is just the culture of the team. Like I want to be around a group of guys that really want to win and I want to work together. Like, I don't want to be on a team, that has problems in the locker room or,
Sure.
culture problems. So I'd say that's super important for me too.
No, absolutely. And for those of you who haven't seen you play, you have a unique style. Being you're 7 foot tall, you can really pass the ball, shoot the ball, do all that stuff. How would you describe your game?
Yeah, so I would just say I'm a big that can. I'd say my strengths really are just posting up and making plays out of the post. But I'd say I can, pick and pop. I can dribble handoffs. I can make plays out of ball screens, kind of, rolling, knowing when to roll, slip, pop.
Mm-hmm.
I just say like I'm a pretty versatile big, and right now I'm working on just becoming more athletic and a little more just getting more consistent on my jump shot and just overall becoming more polished on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Who have you heard, or who do you feel like you play like?
Who do I play like? I've been compared to Luka Garza on
Mm-hmm.
Iowa. I've been compared to him. Um, who do I think I play like? Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I really like watching skilled bigs in the NBA. Like I love watching Kevin Love, like um, Nurkic,
Mm-hmm.
um, Pau Gasol. I think I'm a little similar to Marc Gasol just because like I'm a big body and I'm skilled. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I really don't know like if there's a pure comparison.
I got you. Those are awesome comps and everything.
Yeah.
So if like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever, you in South Carolina, growing up, small town South Carolina, and I would have told you that you're going to have 25 offers, you're probably going to
Yeah.
be ranked, all that stuff. Would you have ever expected that?
No, I never would have thought that. Like 6 years ago, like if I say even my seventh, eighth grade year, like I really didn't play basketball like that. Like I kind of just played for fun. Like I was just a big, slow, like I really didn't know how to use my body. So if you told me that and that I'd be at Hargrave Military Academy, like I probably wouldn't believe you at all.
So, we like to end these things up with a kind of a rapid fire, 3 quick questions.
Okay.
You answer the first thing that kind of comes to your head and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you could be any cartoon character, who would you be and why?
Cartoon character. Ooh, I don't know. Cartoon, man. Cartoon. I don't even know.
What's one food that you just can't live without? You get to choose one food. What's one?
I'm gonna say salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah,
Oh man,
salmon.
what is it about salmon?
I don't know. My mom used to be a professional chef and she can really cook, so I just love salmon.
If you could have X-ray vision, you could fly, or you could teleport, which one would you choose?
And I would fly every day.
All day, every day. Good stuff, man. Gabe, I appreciate you joining. Thanks for the time.
Yeah.
It's been great to watch your progression. I'm very excited about what you have moving forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw for Gabe Wiznitzer. Thank you very much. And there we have it, guys. Gabe Wiznitzer, the 7-foot 2021 prospect from Hargrave Military Academy on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. We were really able to dive in there, get to know Gabe a little bit better, especially with this. He's getting 2-3 big-time offers per week, 20, 25 plus already. Very good to be able to get to know him, get to see him, get to see his personality and his true colors, and all that kind of stuff. Great kid, great young man. If you haven't already, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to this and go ahead subscribe to this channel and go ahead and like this video as well. And if you enjoyed the conversation, please feel free to spread it, to post it across your platforms as well. Again, comment section below, your favorite college, the college that you pull for that you're a diehard fan of. We'd love to hear it and all that stuff. But until next time, I am Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Thank you very much for joining us.